You don't even have to worry about Tammy.
I just did, she was saying she couldn't get in on the link, but I thought maybe it was just because it wasn't.
Robin, that link that you threw on there goes to an old one.
See, I didn't know what to put on.
Yeah,
Do you want Tammy to just call in?
So,
Just call in?
the meeting
Lisa Spencer too.
the meeting ID and the passcode that I sent you is correct.
Yeah, but I didn't have Zoom links.
Well, they can just type that in.
Oh, then,
Yeah, it's, I swear I copied that on there.
Is there something we can text to them real quick?
Yeah.
should have asked, I'm sorry.
You know, Lisa and Tammy?
I have Tammy, but.
You want me to text Lisa?
Lisa.
Okay.
So,
If you open Zoom, it can ask you for the meeting ID.
right.
Yeah, that's not what we're talking about, I had to use another link.
But that's a workaround, I guess, but, yeah, I guess we'll fix it. Sometimes, I don't know, people, I'm still learning Zoom, after all these years, I'm like, what is happening?
How about AI?
Yeah, 847
I can't get AI
some-
off of anything, and I haven't even.
So,
You have to
if
go
you're
on
gonna
to
text them, the meeting ID is 847-7992-4517. That's the meeting ID, and if they put this passcode in, it's 634-953, that's the passcode. If they just punch those in and connect, it'll put them in on this.
Can you say the first one again, please?
847-7992-4517.
Okay, and then 634-953.
Correct.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good morning, call the meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Reporting in progress.
Commissioner Keith?
Here,
Commissioner Dunlap? Here. Commissioner Hess?
Here.
please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I have a motion to approve the minutes from December 17th.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, aye. Aye. Opposed, the same. Move on to public comment. And, I'm not going to go ahead and butcher the name, would you?
I'm so sorry, I'm looking at Audrey Allen Mundell.
Okay.
Do I speak now?
Sure.
Oh,
You
okay.
have 3 minutes.
I have notes all over the place, I apologize. Good afternoon, Commissioners, or morning. I was expecting an afternoon meeting. My name's Audrey Allen Mundell. My family's been residents of the same property for over 84 years. My kids are 4th generation on the property. And I'm greatly concerned about this data center that's going in. I feel that it's been a major bait and switch in our community. I feel that the benefits are not there to support what the promises have been. We just got done with 60 years of a coal plant that made promises and that we're still cleaning up the mess from, with our fisheries, with our nature, with our waterways, with our air. We're getting to a good place here. We can be very selective on what we do next. And I think we should look into it. Other counties in the state have a moratorium on progress with this. We can take a look. We can do more investigative research. They're industrial sponges consuming millions of gallons of water daily for cooling. I live on Ramsey Run Road. The Rusted Dam's right there. That dam can't handle it. Anybody like trout fishing? We have Ken Stewart or Ken Sink Trout Limited Club that has worked generations to preserve. We have something really beautiful going there. And if this is allowed to progress, we will lose all that. The cooling, we're not even getting the water back into. It's evaporating. We need dry cool technology, which will bring the water back to Lick, back to our watersheds. Let's see, the water permits, I've written, complaint to the DEP. We need more studies, it has been rushed through, our community deserves better, and I know I'm taking up much more time, I've gone off script, which I should never do. But it's not too late to change our course. Other counties in the state are passing moratoriums to study the true impact of these power-hungry centers. I'm asking you today to withdraw the local tax incentives and to make a guarantee that our local air stays clean, our water remains untouched, and our electric bills don't skyrocket to subsidize big tech. Don't let Indiana County be misled again. We're in a control place of power. Let's just not relinquish because of the pressures of big tech. We have a beautiful place here, and I'd like to keep it that way for generations. Just as a side note, my children are plaintiffs in the our Children's Trust lawsuit against the DEP. I mean, their future's at stake, generations to come, and don't leave it on our Gen X plate that we dropped the ball on something we fought so hard for years and years to get to. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I just want to make clarify one thing that you did mention about tax exemptions. The county has not given any tax
Good,
exemptions, by no means.
No,
They
I
still are
apologize.
paying the exact same taxes
Good.
they have been for years.
Excellent.
Okay.
I apologize for my
Nope,
lack of
no,
research on that.
just want to make it clear.
I appreciate that.
Sure. Any other public comment? Okay, moving on. Executive sessions. We did have an executive session on January 13th. It was to discuss legal issues related to the Indiana County Municipal Airport Authority and the terms of the members of the board. Next, we have a couple proclamations we'd like to present, and the first one would be Human Trafficking Awareness Month. And I'd like to start off with Human Trafficking Awareness Month and Day, DHS Blue Campaign, Wear Blue Day, January 11th, 2026. The Indiana County Commissioners recognize that human trafficking is a crime and a public health concern that affects individuals, families, and communities across generations and across the United States and globally. Simply put, it is the business of stealing freedom for profit. U.S. law defines human trafficking as the use of force, fraud, coercion, and to compel a person into commercial sex acts or labor or service against his or her will. Every individual, no matter class, age, gender, religion, culture, origin, or ethnic group, can be targeted in human trafficking schemes. Whereas globally, an estimated 27 million people are annually subject to human trafficking and forced labor, which is responsible for an estimated of $236 billion annually in illicit profits. It erodes the safety and health of our communities and transportation networks, the security of our borders, and the strength of our economy, and the rule of law. And whereas human trafficking is a public health issue that impacts many individuals, families, and communities served through the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Recently, the administration released a national action plan to combat human trafficking to highlight the importance of prevention.
Whereas the National Action Plan to combat human trafficking is grounded in an integrated federal response to human trafficking. It emphasizes the importance of collaboration across government when investing resources in anti-trafficking policies and programs. Because human trafficking is a complex issue that cuts across many federal agencies, the plan is focused on actions and directs resources to where they're needed most. And whereas the action plan also emphasizes collaboration with state and local governments, the private sector, and non-governmental partners, survival engagement is critical for empowerment and establishing effective, victim-centered, and trauma-informed anti-trafficking policies and strategies. Whereas National Human Trafficking Awareness Day is recognized every year on January 11th. In recognition of this day, and throughout the month of January, the Department of Human Services recognizes Blue Campaign, which hosts several special events and educational activities. The largest is Wear Blue Day on January 11th, and on this day, the campaign invites the public to take photos of themselves, family, friends, and colleagues wearing blue clothing and share them on social media. Anyone can participate, you just need to have a big piece of blue clothing.
And whereas the National Action Plan retains a central focus on the foundational pillars of U.S. and global anti-trafficking efforts, they are prevention, protection, prosecution, and partnerships. If you are a victim of human trafficking or have concerns about potential trafficking situations, you can call 1-888-373-7888 and text HELP to Be Free to 33733 or email help@humantraffickinghotline.org. And whereas Indiana County joins with others across a growing cadre of interagency, civil society, and international partners, including those who have experienced human trafficking, to improve our collective efforts to comprehensively address human trafficking. And whereas human trafficking is an evil practice of a person having control over another person for the purpose of exploitation, it contradicts who we are as Americans and the rights we cherish. Now, therefore, let it be resolved that the Indiana County Commissioners want to express our gratitude to the community leaders, service providers, businesses, grassroots activists, and individuals who have lived with the experience of human trafficking across the United States and around the world, who continue to forge innovative anti-trafficking strategies and push various forms of government to improve their response to human trafficking. In recognition of the work done by so many individuals, agencies, and organizations, the Indiana County Commissioners do hereby proclaim the month of January as Human Trafficking Awareness Month, and we recognize January 11th as National Human Trafficking Awareness Day, and we urge all citizens to work towards the elimination of human trafficking in our community and for the empowerment of human trafficking survivors. I present this proclamation as a motion to be adopted on this 14th day of January 2026.
I have a second to the motion.
Second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Okay. Mr. Manders.
Commissioners, I want to thank you for taking the time with this proclamation to help raise awareness to this serious issue. This is not an issue that is constrained to our major cities across the country. It is an issue we face here in Indiana County. My office and all the law enforcement offices in Indiana County have had cases that have dealt with human trafficking, and we've worked with our federal partners in those investigations and for their prosecution. So it is an issue that is here. What we appreciate with the proclamation is the recognition of this issue and the request for people in our community that if they fear something is going on, please reach out to our law enforcement community for investigations. All too often we have folks in the community that say, I'm not sure, so I didn't call. And the better option is to call law enforcement, let our local law enforcement initiate the investigation. If there's nothing there, then we know nothing's there. If there is something there, they could be legitimately saving someone's life or multiple people's lives. So thank you for making this issue important enough for a proclamation here today.
Thank you, Mr. Attorney Manzi. I think the main thing to take away from this thing is, the district attorney mentioned, even if you think it's a possibility, it's best to bring it to somebody's attention and let the right parties make that decision. By not saying something, you possibly could not save a life. But making that decision, you could save a life. So thank you very much. Our next proclamation, National Law Enforcement Appreciation Day. Commissioner Dunlap, would you please start?
Whereas Law Enforcement Appreciation Day was founded in 2015 as a way to thank law enforcement across our country for all the daily sacrifices they make for our communities. And whereas since 2015, organizations across our nation have joined forces to support Law Enforcement Appreciation Day as a way to spread encouragement, support, respect, and pride for the dedicated men and women in our law enforcement community. And whereas there are more than 900,000 sworn law enforcement officers now serving in the United States.
And whereas since 1786 there have been more than 24,000 law enforcement officers killed in the line of duty, and whereas in 2025, 65 law enforcement officers were killed in the line of duty. Whereas law enforcement plays an important and integral part of the safety and security of our daily lives in Indiana County, whether we see their actions or not. Law enforcement stands at the ready to intercede in violent crime, to ensure the safety of victims, responds to thousands of calls for service that range from welfare checks, reports of crimes, suicides, and mental health concerns.
And whereas the citizens of Indiana County can rest assured that if they ever need to call on a law enforcement officer, they will find a well-trained professional police officer ready to help them in their time of need. And now therefore be it resolved that the Indiana County Commissioners want to express our gratitude to the members of the law enforcement community in Indiana County, in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and across the United States for their honorable service and dedication to our citizens. In recognition of the work of our law enforcement officers, the Indiana County Commissioners do hereby proclaim January 9th, 2026 as Law Enforcement Appreciation Day and urge all citizens to demonstrate their appreciation for the work of our law enforcement officers. Dated the 14th day of January 2026. I put this in the form of a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, the same. And I start off with District Attorney Manzi again.
Thank you, Commissioners. I believe we've had this proclamation by the Commissioners every year since I took office in 2020. I'm just not aware if it happened before it didn't. I'm not saying it didn't, I'm just not sure. And every year I want to express my appreciation for the Commissioners taking time in your busy schedule to recognize, appreciate the service of our law enforcement officers here in Indiana County, through our state, our federal government, nationwide. What we have is men and women who go through, who take jobs where they could be earning other jobs with less stress, maybe more pay. They take a job in order to serve their communities and serve their fellow man. They're the people that at 2 o'clock in the morning, if somebody breaks into our house, we call them. And they run to the danger and stand between the danger and us. Just imagine all the situations that people call on the police for, and they're there to serve our community. Every day when they serve their shift of 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours overtime, they're dealing with a lot of people at their worst, day after day after day, for years. And taking the opportunity as government officials and as members of our community to show your appreciation for them is very important. These men and women don't ask to be in the spotlight. They don't ask for these. But they certainly do appreciate the fact that they're going to go out tonight, and those same men and women that last night kissed their family goodbye and worked overnight, stopped the vehicles in the dark by themselves, dealt with a PFA violation that occurred in the afternoon and an accusation of sex abuse against a minor at 2 in the morning, all within the last 12 hours, are going to go home, get some rest, get a meal, kiss their family goodbye, and do it again tonight. And they do it over and over and over. And it's important that we recognize the good work of our law enforcement. We cooperate with our local, state, and federal law enforcement, and these men and women do work that many of us would have a lot of fears to do. So I sincerely appreciate you taking your time today and recognizing their good work.
Thank you. So we do have members from the law enforcement, and we'll start off in the back there. Sheriff Violet.
I just wanted to reiterate to thank you for the appreciation and proclamation that you do for the law enforcement. We do get a lot of negative reflection of what we do anymore. Again, people are still trying to defund the police, but we are sworn to do what we're supposed to do by law. And we're there at the bad times, like Mr. Manzi said, to try to help and make things be more credible and safe for all the community residents. Thank you.
Lieutenant Durano or Trooper Greenfield.
I'd like to thank the Commissioners for this recognition and the sign of respect for law enforcement, which comes at a critical time in our nation. And we are much more effective when we have the support of our leaders and of the public. So I sincerely appreciate the proclamation.
Thank you. Our county detectives, anything?
No, thank you.
Anybody else out there we missed? Indiana Border Police?
Detective Sergeant Jeff Atherton with the Indiana Borough Police. I'd like to thank the commissioners for recognizing us, and I'd like to thank DA Manzi. He leads the county, all law enforcement. He and his office works tirelessly on major cases, and they're always available to answer any questions and assist us in any manner. Thank you.
On behalf of the Board of Commissioners, I do want to express our gratitude and thank you for the job that you've done. You do, day in and day out, the risk you take. And coming from a first responder, again, I want to thank you on behalf of that community because believe me, they're out there doing their jobs, but you're part of that team. Without that, it could go bad real quick at the wrong time in the wrong way. So we do appreciate you being part of that team. So thank you. So let's go ahead and do the first proclamation, and whoever you would like to take a picture of. Sir? Yeah, let's do it all.
Yeah, everybody's on the same floor.
We all. Guys, we're gonna form two lines. Tall one's in the back. Sorry.
That's okay.
Somebody's gonna speak up soon.
Two rows in there, and squeeze it in.
That's not gonna work the way it is.
Yeah,
You need the
two, we need the 2 lines, because we're not gonna be able to fit everybody in the picture.
Got everybody?
No, we need 2 lines.
Here, why don't you guys sit down, I'll take it from back here,
With that,
and then I'll send it to y'all. Cause I can get everybody from back here.
Josh and Patty.
Pat, Josh.
Okay, gotcha. Moving. Thanks.
How's that? Is that good?
Pat, yes, move out of the way. Please and thank you. Okay, ready? Set, go. 1, 2, 3. Let's do 1, 2, 3. Alright, cool.
Good?
Good.
Thanks.
I'll send it. Alright, no, good.
Thank you. Thank Bob.
Hey Josh, how are you?
You all right? Cliff?
Hey Josh, how are you?
Always good to see you too.
Beg your pardon.
That's my stuff there.
Sure, go ahead.
Mr. Whittis.
I just need to know, represent Indiana Borough Police. Jeff Adams. Jeff who? Sergeant Jeff Adams.
Detective Sergeant. Detective Sergeant Jeff.
That's what I need, gentlemen, thank you.
Can't leave it here about shut it down.
All right.
Oh, no, you're good.
Watch. That's all I'm saying. Watch.
But how close are we to the plan?
Okay, next we have a maintenance and service agreement with the district attorney's office. And District Attorney Manzi, would you like to present?
Yes, Commissioner, what we're asking for is the Savin maintenance agreement. Savin is our Pennsylvania statewide automated victim information and notification system. This is an agreement that we enter into annually. It's a zero cost to the county. We just entered an agreement that we'll be able to use it. What this allows for is any victims of a crime can sign up for Savin. and they get a notification each and every time there's movement of a defendant. So if the defendant's in jail, they get notice of that. If they're released from jail, they get notice of that. If there's a transfer from one jail to another, they get, so it's a free system. It's a very, very good and very powerful system to make sure victims get as quick as update as possible.
Okay, thank you. Do I have a motion to approve the agreement?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, the same. Thank you, Leah.
Thank you.
Next, we have a agreement with the Armstrong, Indiana County Behavioral and Development Health Program, and Ms. Calderon, good morning.
Good morning. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, great. The Armstrong, Indiana Behavioral and Developmental Health Program is asking your approval for us to enter into an agreement with the Department of Human Services Office of Developmental Programs. The agreement establishes AIBDHP as the administrative entity for Armstrong and Indiana counties and our responsibilities to carry out administrative functions for the implementation of the Intellectual Disabilities Consolidated Person Family Directed Support and Community Living Waiver Programs. This new 50-page agreement details all the functions we are responsible for performing and explains all of our oversight responsibilities. The agreement effective date is January 1, 2026, and replaces the current administrative entity agreement, which has been in place since March 1st of 2019. Compliance with this agreement will ensure that we continue to receive our annual ID administrative funding allocation, which we anticipate will be approximately $680,000 for fiscal year 25-26. Thank you for your consideration of this request.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions?
I do have a question. Thanks for the information. So in this new agreement, is there anything besides the normal updating of the provisions that we should be aware of in particular?
They've updated a lot of language. There is specific language regarding person-centered planning and making sure that we meet all the new requirements that the state has been working on in contracting with our providers, and just ensuring that individuals get the services that they request. They've increased the amount of monitoring that we need to do, those kind of things. So we're still working through all of the specific details, and we'll have to be updating policies and procedures to meet the requirements. But my staff is working really hard to do that, and I see no issues with meeting all of the requirements.
Thank you for that, and I appreciate all the work that you all do. It's certainly a field that's evolved quite a bit and quickly, so thank you for all the work you're doing in that arena.
Thank you.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve the agreement?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, the same? Okay, thank you. Moving on, a board appointment, Tammy?
Yes. The Armstrong, Indiana Behavioral and Developmental Health Program is asking your approval to reappoint Deborah Lawson to our advisory board for a three-year term ending December 31st of 2028. Ms. Lawson is a Indiana County resident and will be filling the position as someone active in the field of intellectual disabilities.
Thank you. I'll make a motion to approve. Of a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, the same? Okay, thank you, Tammy.
Thank you.
Okay, next we have some consulting contracts with the Department of Human Services. And Ms. Spencer, would you like to present all three? We will actually make motion on each one of them, so would you start off with Mr. Buck?
Yes, thank you, Commissioner. Thank you for letting me do this by phone. I didn't realize the Zoom was going to be down. Okay, so the first contract I have before you is for Leo Buck. He is our suicide task force consultant. He works up to 300 hours a year at $20 an hour, and he is paid solely by the suicide task force fundraising.
do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Next is Ms. Overman.
Okay, so Diane Overman is our Veteran Outreach Program consultant, and she can work up to 960 hours a year. So she is part-time at a rate of $22.40 for a total. If she works all the hours, it would come to a total of $21,506.40. But some years she doesn't quite get 960 hours in. So this is a position that is paid by the county, and it does such good work. It's really worth the money here. Her contract also runs from January 1st, 2026 to December 31st, 2026.
Do I have a motion to approve the contract?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Next is Ms. Abby Baker.
Yeah, so Kathy Baker is our Health and Human Services Subcommittee consultant. She works at a rate of $25 per hour, up to 220 hours per year. So the county does give us $5,500 towards this salary or her wage for this. And anything, if she ever goes above that, then the Health and Human Services Subcommittee must be responsible to pay, but we've never had that happen. So Kathy is the consultant for this committee, which is a subcommittee also of the Disaster Planning Committee that helps out the EMA office as well. So this contract will also run from January 1st, 2026 to December 31st, 2026.
Okay, thank you. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Okay, thank you, Lisa.
Okay, thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
Thanks, Bonnie.
Okay, next we have an agreement coming from our tax assessment office, and Director Cisco, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Commissioners. I have before you today for your consideration, the contract between the County and Woolpert Incorporated. The contract is for software known as Mobile Assessor. It is used by the assessment office to discover and evaluate new construction as well as other functions such as appeals and GIS. The cost of the software is $33,855, which is included in our 2026 budget. The annual hosting fee, maintenance, and support is $10,925 a year and is also included in this year's budget. And the term of the contract is for 5 years.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll make a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed, the same. Thank you, Frank.
Thank you.
Next, from our Office of Planning and Development, first we have a grant, a contract agreement. And Ms. Zach, good morning.
Good morning. Excuse me. The Office of Planning and Development in the Indiana County Community Action Program are requesting that the Board of Commissioners enter into a contract agreement with the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania through the Department of Community and Economic Development. The contract award is for $95,000 for the 2025 Emergency Solutions Grant Funding Program. The contract activities will include rapid rehousing assistance along with HMIS reporting and administration funds. ICAP is the county's service provider for the ESG program, and they will provide the required dollar-for-dollar match funds from other revenue sources. And this request also includes approval for the contracting process to be completed by Commissioners Keith and Dunlap.
Do I have a motion to approve the contract agreement?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed, the same. Thank you, Luann.
You're welcome.
Next, we have a change order with the Jimmy Stewart Airport hangar. And Mr. Morrow, good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. The Office of Planning and Development, the Indiana County Airport Authority, Delta Airport Consultants, and Stifler McGraw Architects request that the Board of Commissioners approve change order number 1 in the amount of $35,973 with Francis J. Palo Incorporated for the Jimmy Stewart Airport hangar and parking lot project. Change order number 1 is to furnish all labor, materials, tools, and equipment to perform winter concrete curing of the footings and walls. Revised contract with Francis J. Palo with approval of change order number 1 will be $2,324,973, and the additional cost will be covered with redevelopment assistance capital program grant funds and Commonwealth Finance Authority grant funds as well.
Okay, thank you. Do I have a motion to approve change order number 1? Second. All in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed, the same. Next is change order 2 with the Challenger Learning Center.
It's the Office of Planning and Development, Central Allegheny Challenger Learning Center, and Upstreet Architects request that the Board of Commissioners approve change order number 2 in the amount of $41,445 with CNC Construction for the Challenger Learning Center Phase 2A project. Change order number 2 is for the installation of 30 interior welded frame doors, including hardware, closers, and painting. Revised contract with CNC Construction with approval of change order number 2 will be $209,445. And this additional cost will be covered with Keystone Communities Initiatives Program grant funds.
Okay, thank you. Do I have a motion to approve the change order?
So moved.
Second? All in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed, the same. Next is change order number 2 for the Welcome Center.
Yes, the Office of Planning and Development, Thomas R. Harley Architects request that the Board of Commissioners approve change order number 2 in the amount of $840 with BR Electric and Audio Visual for the Welcome Center at the Bank Low Voltage Systems Project. Change order number 2 is to add additional LED lighting to the project scope. Revised contract with PR Electric and Audio Visual with approval of change order number 1 will be $105,128, and the additional cost will be covered with Keystone Communities Initiative Program grant funds as well.
Do I have a motion to approve change order number 2?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Opposed, the same. Next, change order number 2 is for the Jimmy Stewart Airport hangar.
Yes, and these next two change orders I'm going to do here are both relative to the Jimmy Stewart Airport. Save myself from repeating some things.
Okay.
We'll do each one individually though. The Office of Planning and Development, the Indiana County Airport Authority, Delta Airport Consultants, and Stifler McGraw Architects request that the Board of Commissioners approve change order number 2 in the amount of $19,972 with Francis J. Palo. Change order number 2 is to furnish all labor and materials, tools, and equipment to fill an existing 15-inch underground HDPE pipe with lean concrete. Revised contract with Francis J. Palo with approval of change order number 2 will be $2,344,945, and this additional cost will be covered by Redevelopment Assistance Capital Program grant funds and Commonwealth Finance Authority grant funds.
Motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed, the same. And moving on to the next.
Okay, we are requesting that the Board of Commissioners approve change order number 3 in the amount of $2,949. This is a credit with Francis J. Palo for the Jimmy Stewart Airport hangar parking lot project. Change order number 3 is to deduct the cost to furnish all labor, material, tools, and equipment for 4 aluminum windows in the hangar door. Revised contract with Francis Palo with approval of change order number 3 will be reduced to $2,344,996.
Do I have a motion to approve change order 3?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, the same.
I'm gonna correct that amount. It was two fours were in here. It's $2,341,996. Just correct.
And the last change order will be change order 3 for the Welcome Center.
Yes, the Office of Planning and Development, Thomas R. Harley Architects, request that the Board of Commissioners approve change order number 3 in the amount of $12,079 with CNC Construction for the Welcome Center at the Bank project. Change order number 3 is for the addition of several miscellaneous items, including, but not limited to adding RGB holiday lights on the exterior of the building, additional patching and painting of walls, relocating HVAC equipment, window frosting film, electrical outlets, and steel work in the existing vault area. Also included in change order number 3 are some credits for the elimination of some oak trim work, data cable runs, floor boxes, lighting, and signage. The revised contract with CNC Construction with approval of change order number 3 will be $777,971.50, and the additional project costs will be covered with Redevelopment Assistance Capital Program grant funds and Keystone Communities Initiative grant funds.
Thank you. Motion to approve change order number 3. Second.
Second.
All in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed, the same. Lots of changes. The change is good.
Especially the ones we get money back.
That's right. Yeah. Lou Ann, Dave, thank you very much for what you did. We appreciate it. Okay, next, we have new and reappointments to boards and authorities. And we'll go down each one of those. And Ms. Mary, would you like to present those?
Sure, I'm asking the board to appoint, this is a new appointment to the Farmland Preservation Board, Shenandoah Dieter, and a reappointment of Jeffrey Altimus. Both terms will expire December 31st, 2028.
I move to appoint and reappoint as individuals.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, the same. Next, High Ridge Water Authority.
I'm asking the board to appoint, this is a new appointment, Ken Ewing to the Indiana County High Ridge Water Authority, and a reappointment of John Stump for the same board.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed, the same. Next is the Hospital Authority.
I'm asking the board to reappoint Frank Kinter to the Indiana County Hospital Authority.
Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed, the same. Next is the Housing Authority.
I'm asking the board to reappoint Jeffrey Bowden to the Housing Authority.
Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Next is the Industrial Development Authority.
I'm asking the board to reappoint Joseph C. Kinter to the Indiana County Industrial Development Authority.
Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed, the same. Next is Indiana County Municipal Services Authority.
I'm asking the board to reappoint Carol Painter and Patricia A. Banco to the Indiana County Municipal Services Authority.
Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Next is the Planning Commission.
I'm asking the board to reappoint Lori LaFontaine, Jeffrey L. Cable, and Thomas McNutt to the Indiana County Planning Commission.
Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Next is Redevelopment Authority.
I'm asking the board to reappoint Thomas Falcone to the Indiana County Redevelopment Authority.
Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed, the same. Next is the Solid Waste Authority.
I'm asking the board to reappoint Nicole Cephas and Jonathan Smith to the Indiana County Solid Waste Authority.
Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second. All in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed, the same. Next is Indigo.
I'm asking the board to reappoint Daniel Berkey to the Indiana County Transportation Authority.
Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, the same. And last is the Office of Planning and Development.
I'm asking the board to reappoint Greg Batchy to the Indiana County Uniform Construction Code Board of Appeals.
Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed, the same?
And I'm also asking the board to reappoint John J. Barber to the Indiana County Zoning Hearing Board.
Motion to approve?
So moved.
Second. All in favor, aye? Aye. Opposed, the same. Thank you, Rob. Okay, the courthouse will be closed on January 19th, 2026, in observance of Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Moving on to other business, I'd like to announce that we will be celebrating, or basically celebrating the opening for Indiana County of America 250, January 25th at the Welcome Center. And that starts at
10:30. So you've heard a little bit about the Welcome Center with some of the change orders. If you wanna come see it, that's fine, but you have to RSVP because space is limited. So if you wanna RSVP, go to the courthouse Facebook page. You'll see the announcement on there, and you can find the link to RSVP. But we will be doing a kick-off.
Guess I won't be there.
And the state 250 director Cassandra will be with us that day, and we'll be doing other special things to announce our efforts for the recognition of the 250 for the upcoming year.
anything else?
I just want to make a comment. Rhonda Craig from the SPC is here, Southwest Pennsylvania Commission, and just want to acknowledge her as an agency that's very instrumental in our economic development and transportation planning. So thank you, Rhonda, for visiting us, and thank all of our visitors.
Glad to see you, Rhonda.
In person and online. And I also want to say at the next meeting, I will not be attending in person because it's CCAP's Legislative Priorities Day, and I'll be in Harrisburg that day, so just wanted to let you know that.
So you've heard a lot of things about the new Welcome Center coming up, which is the old First National Bank's office on the corner across from the old courthouse. It will be opening to the public soon. And I urge all of our residents of Indiana County, it is your Welcome Center and will be housing the Tourist Bureau, downtown Indiana, and one more, Chamber of Commerce. So it is transformed very, very well. You will be surprised when you actually do walk in and see it. They've done a very good job, and
Kudos to.
I want to give kudos to the Office of Planning, led by Byron, and again, Luann, Dave, all the staff over there has had their hands in. Somebody had their hands in it at some point in time, but again, one of those things behind the scenes that you really don't get a lot of recognition for, but I'm sure you will be astonished when you get to see the results of what you turned out to be. So, great job. Okay, our next regular meeting will be held here in the hearing room on January 28th at 10:30 a.m. Do I have a motion to adjourn? Second. All in favor, aye? Aye. Everybody have a great day.